did get one in theater wise this week, and this is probably my favorite film that I've seen this year, dude. To be honest, and I'm not saying that. I don't feel like I'm over exaggerating with this, man. And talking about everything, everywhere, all at once. It's directed by Daniel Scheinert, starring Michelle Yeoh, Stephen Shu. Hold on, this cast is crazy, man. I gotta get everybody because this is just a revelation, man. You got Michelle Yeoh, as they say it on Decent Merrill. I guess that's how you say it. Ke Hu Kwan, aka Data from Indiana Jones. He was also he was Short Round. Data from Goonies. Dana from Goonies. My bad. It's 420, folks. I'm celebrating. Another person who I thought was really great in this, Stephanie Shu. You've seen her in she was in what's my man name? Shang-Chi. She's been in North of Queens. You know, if you know her from that one episode with the grandma telling her story, which was so good. We got Jamie Lee Curtis. We got James Hong, aka was it Lopan from Big Trouble in Little China. Yeah, dude, that's crazy, man. Jenny Slate. Those are the mains, man, that I would say, you know, for this film. But the story, as far as what's going on in this thing, when an interdimensional rupture unravels reality, an unlikely hero must channel her newfound powers to fight bizarre and bewildering dangers from the multiverse as the fate of the world hangs in the balance. And this character is going to be Michelle Yeoh. And my first impressions over this thing, man, this thing was so good, dude. Like, I've seen it twice so far. Like, I went earlier today to see it again, and it was even better the second time, man. I will say this: it's a sci-fi action comedy drama with a lot of heart and a lot of just emotional impact, man. This thing is so good. Like it's so weird. Maybe the first time I watched it, took me about 30 minutes to get used to it. I was like, all right, this is going to be a little wild, but let me just open my mind and absorb what they're presenting to me. And that's one of the things that really stands out to me in this film. It's so bizarre in the presentation, but once you get with the rhythm of it, it's so rewarding, man. Like, there's a lot of interdimensional. Basically, this character is in a state where they're in contact with themselves in other dimensions, as well as the bad guy that they're trying to stop. That person can also move in and out of different dimensions. So in order to get to the conclusion and defeat the enemy, they've got to interact with themselves in, you know, different universes, and themselves can be in different states. And one of the interesting things that they introduced, this is such a geeky film, comic booky film. One of the aspects they introduce is the you know, our character and the bad guy and some of the other characters have an ability to import other versions of themselves from other dimensions. So let's say Bob was a mechanic in another universe, and maybe a car broke down, so I'm trying to figure this out so I can import Bob's mechanic version into my universe and take advantage of his powers to help me overcome that situation. But once you figure that out, man, and you can just sit back and absorb this is such a blast, man. Like I think this is probably one of the best roles I've seen on film in years. For any actor to take this role on, it's the stuff that people live for, that do this kind of work. You know, you want something here that can show you. I think it's just one of these roles that come around once in a lifetime. And honestly, I'm so happy that Michelle Yeoh got the role, you know, out of anyone, because we know that she's great, man. Like, just be a part of my youth as a VHS renter and martial arts film loving, and even I've recognized the significance because I remember seeing the Pierce Brosnan James Bond film, and she was the Bond girl effectively. But it was like, it was
Tomorrow Never Dies. Yeah.
Not only did you give this Asian woman the Bond girl role, but it's also presented in a different way than the Bond girl. Like, she was kicking butt in this film. She was told, like, right next to James Bond, man. Like if anyone could have got this role, like I said, anyone who would have got this role would have been loving this. And you know, I've seen interviews recently. There was an interview for GQ she did where she was talking about some of her most memorable roles, and at the end, you know, she kind of broke down when she was talking about when she first read the script, and it was like, yo, this is what I've been waiting for, to show the world what I've got, and this is one of those roles that it has everything, you know. Like I said, the drama. She gets to kick ass on the action tip. She's funny. That's one thing I haven't really seen from her in the movies, and it was such a revelation, man. That like I even picked up on that before I saw this film. She did a interview with Desus and Mero recently, which blew me away. Like, she's hanging with them as a speaker of another language, you know, which is not her native language, cracking jokes and yucking it up with them. I'm like, yo, she's awesome. And it felt so good. I felt like so happy for her while I was watching this film, man.
I really had a lot of fun with this film. Like you said, I started off seeing Michelle Yeoh in martial arts films, and she's slowly just been working her way into drama. And a lot of people like that haven't done that at all. You know, she was like the mother in Crazy Rich Asians, you know, a couple years ago.
Yeah.
She was in Shang-Chi. She was in Shang-Chi last year. She's kind of a well-known actress and everything. And this is like the first time I've ever seen her really star in something. You know, like, you know, just, you know, what do you call it? Pretty much being like the center of a film, the lead of the film. Yeah, I couldn't think of the word. Yeah, the lead of a film. But I overall had a lot of fun with this film. You know, I heard a couple people do reviews of it, like Concentrated, a couple other podcasts, but until you see it, you know, it's almost like how you described the Matrix. You almost have to witness it for yourself because it's amazing.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and the supporting cast too, man. Like, I just want to point out how amazing they were. Like even my man Lopan just sitting in the wheelchair, just like giving the comic relief. You know, the daughter, my man Key, man, Data, it's so awesome to see these people get their shine. Like this was their film, man. And I do want to point out, I think the Russo brothers helped produce this. I'm not sure who's on the writing team on this, but they were two directors whose last name are Daniels, and they go by maybe the first name is Daniel, but they call themselves the Daniels that directed this. It was a team, and this thing, like they just pulled so much heart and just innovation into this thing, man. Like I said, this is one of them ones you're going to revisit, and every time it's going to be better and better, man.
Might see something different might see something different. Every
but
time.
Going in the second time, once I knew what I was expecting, because there's a minute of adjustment, man. And I think some of the people I was watching it with today, they weren't adjusting properly. I think I saw two people get up, and I was like, dang, it just didn't hit them, you know. And that's kind of the danger with something like this. Like, as us, I know all of us would appreciate what's going on here, but if you're not that type of adventurous moviegoer or haven't seen certain things on film, this could be jarring to you. You probably got curious because you heard the reviews and the praises getting, and you love Michelle Yeoh, but you know, if you're not ready to see like even the craziness, man, like I would like it gets wild, man. But even these things, like you're seeing these crazy visual elements, but it's still hitting you in a way that's just like, damn, dude, this is so wild. Like when I'm feeling with this movie, and I think that's the biggest appeal to me. It's so different, yet it feels so familiar, man. Like ultimately, it is a really human story, man. Like
it gave me a lot of like being John Malkovich vibes. If y'all ever seen that film?
Oh I've seen that.
Yeah, it's some wildness in this film. Rakakuni is probably my favorite thing out of this film, though.
I would say the villain, though. I'm not going to spoil it, but I love the depiction of the villain. I was just telling Bob earlier. It reminded me of what was that film, The Cell? How you would go into that person's space and they've got different costumes on, and that it was just so cool to me. Like I feel like this is going to be one of those films too, where the nerds are going to go hard at it and start cosplaying some of these looks and some of these characters, and I mean, I love this thing. This is my favorite thing I've seen this year, hands down. I'm going to buy it when it comes out, and I'm going to just keep watching it. This is my thing, yo. I love this movie, and I think Michelle Yeoh will easily get a nomination for best actress at the Oscars and win it. Like that's my prediction. You can put money on that. Taking $5 bets, man. Up until I hit 100, but I got 5 on it. I'm just saying. I got 5 on it. You know, we can battle with that all day. I think that's what happens, man. Yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm definitely I intend on seeing it this week. So, you know, I'm sure I'll share.
That's the thing. So it's one of those things that I love about it too, is that it's been growing organically, word of mouth. It dropped initially a small release, but then it said we were getting a wide release, which wasn't really wide, but I think it went from really niche markets to 1,000 screens, and now it's playing in over 2,000 screens, and they are saying that the film itself is enjoying a really high per screen average. That's outdoing, you know, maybe like something like Sonic or whatever, or these things come out that first initial week and they rule, but they're saying in subsequent during the week and stuff that this film is getting a better per screen average than those, man. So that's really dope, man. You know.
Nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's it. I don't got any more. You got any more?